Hey class, how you guys doing? I hope all is well. My name is Sean Gerke, and this is my peer critique. So the first site that I'm going to look at is Lori Shook's. I'm going to go over a couple of positive things in the site and also some things that I didn't like. Some of the things that I did like is that she did implement a favicon, something I didn't really even think about doing. Up here, she's got that little favicon, which actually goes really good with her logo, which I also really like. You know, let there be shade and centered with the site. It looks very nice. Goes with the site. Goes basically with the front picture or the featured picture on the site, and goes together very well. Putting the phone number on each one of the pages, I also like that as well. I mean, you got to be able to call the company, and guess what? That's probably what they want. They want you to call them. Another big thing is actually having this form on almost every single page in that same spot. I noticed that it wasn't on the schedule form, which I would have probably kept it in the same spot. It was nice to know that, hey, I'm going to each one of these pages and I can schedule a free estimate today just by coming into this column. So that is one thing that I would have changed is putting it up here, but having it on almost every page is definitely very nice. Some things I didn't like about this is it just looks odd with the margins in it. I don't know if it was, I know you worked on this a little bit, but I just think it looks odd, and maybe putting something around here or shifting it maybe to keep it down here the whole time might have been a better way. But again, it is nice to have that form though on every single page. I like that there's big images on every single page. That's definitely something that draws my attention right away, is that there's an image on every single page. Something that I would have liked to see, but I know we haven't learned yet, is probably do like a modal on each one of these where you can click it and it's a link, and or a link to, or actually goes through and makes a bubble of a bigger image, which would have been nice. And this is still nice having a lot of images to look at. What do the awnings look like and things like that. But a lot of times when I'm at sites, I want to click on those and let them see them, let me see them a little bit larger. But overall, I really think that it looks really nice. The margins are consistent throughout, and a nice simple button, but it gets the job done, lets you know exactly where it is. Now, moving on to some of the responsiveness of it, you definitely did a good job there. Your margins on the sides are great, and my favorite part about it is right here, actually going, you have your tab look here, and then later you go into this rounded box, and I mean, it definitely looks great. This is something that, again, I wish I would have put onto my site. I get kind of cramped on mine a little bit, so this works out really well. And again, your margins stay really nice on each one of those. So overall, Lori, I think you did a great job. So the next site that I'm going to do is actually Lou Dufresne's, St. Francis Hospital for Dogs. This is probably one of my favorite sites overall. The way it looks, I mean, it just screams like that new HTML5 look with the layered backgrounds here. Having this up at the top above the header, and I mean, this right here, I could not figure out how to do it myself, but now I actually see that this is just a slice. Maybe we can go and see that. Let's get in here. So this is just a little tiny slice right there, and then you kept it on the x-axis. So I figured that out now, a little bit later, now that I have a little bit more education into it. But it's really neat that you're able to implement that, and it really lets these words be seen, and I really like that. Even with the drop shadow, or adding the drop shadow as well, really helped out with that. But this is probably one of the prettiest sites. I really also like the way you did this. That's really neat. Layers are cool, but putting these on top of it and having them poke on top with a PNG, that's definitely pretty neat. I like how you made this pop out a little bit more and made it, my eyes go right there actually. So these Facebook and social icons, definitely like that. Don't know how to do it yet. I think that's jQuery that's doing that, but it stays on every single page. Let's just get rid of the inspector so we can speed it up. But stays on every single page and stays in the same spot. I really like that with positioning. You did a great job with that. And for both of these, I actually the code looks clean as can be. It's one thing I really looked at the indentation and everything like that. I mean, this is some nice looking stuff. I kept getting the same exact thing right here, but this is nice and clean. It looks good, and it's a nice quick sight as well. So some other things, you know, again, big images, nice images. This is a nice little highlight area. One thing I did notice though with images is, I think it's on the About Us page. Like this is a nice crisp image here. Now we get down to some of these and they're a little grainy. So maybe find some better images, even if they're stock photography or something. These might have came from the site, which is probably what happened with it. But your form looks great. You know, the principles are definitely there. I actually don't know if you made this one, but if you did, this is quite astonishing. It looks very, I mean, this is pretty cool. And it might just be a Photoshop document, but this is definitely a neat little thing that is directed. So, and then moving on to responsive. This is probably my favorite thing right here. I know this isn't really part of this class, but mine definitely needed something like that. I just have a list here, and when you click on mine, it goes home or about, and it just doesn't go anywhere. Where here, yours does. It's definitely an advanced feature and something that's very nice. But again, you keep your margins very nice, and you have your images with shadows in the back, and it's very pleasing to the eye. So overall, I think that you both did a really good job, and hope to see some more of your work in the future.